I'm so excited for today. You know why?
Why?
2 reasons. Number 1, what does my mug say?
Not a day over fabulous.
You know what today is? Double nickel, baby. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Whoop, whoop, it's your birthday. And also because the caddy's back.
The caddy is back, so you know what that means.
So instead of more general questions, no, we have no idea what that means. Instead of more general questions, these are in response. So you asked, we're answering your specific questions today. Which means they might not have that broad appeal, but we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get.
And
So-
we're pulling this kind of cold turkey.
We are.
I mean, a little
Dun,
bit, right?
dun, dun.
I like to use the word authentic, Amber.
We like to use terrifying, Sarah.
Can I place you on hold for a moment?
While I go, what do they want? Yeah, it's,
Because we do represent 1,500 publishers.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we get a phone call, it's like, oh,
Amber, are you telling me you don't have every single book memorized?
No.
you haven't looked at every page of every book?
no.
You don't have a system that'll just tell you?
So pause and go, okay, I can do this.
Our
And then you
system-
turn around.
Our system involves put you on hold. Hey, do you guys know blah, 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 blah? And if we don't have an answer, we can bring in the books from the
Yes.
warehouse
Right.
and get you the answer to your question. Now, I don't know anybody else who's got access to 60,000
Yes.
items.
Who just has
like we do.
a warehouse in their backyard that can pull the book for you.
It's a big blue building. It's a
Yeah.
real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have the office and we have the warehouse, and the warehouse is getting expanded again. It's so cool. But we want to get to some of these questions
Yeah.
because
See how many we can
inquiring
answer.
minds
Yeah.
want to know. All right, who wants to go first?
You have the caddy, so by all means.
Okay. Let Big Mouth do her thing, right? All
The
right.
birthday girl, it's your birthday present.
Oh, and it's a Sara. Sarah Zadalokin, 672, says, we absolutely love math with confidence and will be aging out after the 6th grade releases next summer. What's a complementary program or a similar style for us to jump in 7th grade, into in 7th grade?
We see that a lot with
A lot of programs stop
a
at
lot
grade
of
6.
programs. Yeah.
And the natural answer is pre-algebra. That's the most generic answer. Is you're looking for a
Yeah.
pre-algebra to transition from the elementary math into high school
Yeah.
math.
Right.
And that can look like a lot of different things.
It can.
Yeah.
And
Throw me some pre-algebra options, will you?
you have Saxa and Algebra Half.
Algebra half is good, and
Is
you can
in
do a
there.
placement test to see if
Yes.
that's a good fit.
Always recommended doing the placement tests.
Math with Confidence is a spiral program. Did you like that spiral?
Right.
Then you could always look at our math comparison charts, find the programs that are spiral, which ones go up.
And look for the
past.
grade level.
Because you're also kind of looking for a program that's going to stick with you now.
It's going to last.
Because
It'd
now
be
we're looking
nice.
at middle school, high school. Do you want to jump from program to program?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to find one and stick with it and go?
And if
Yeah.
you feel like your student definitely needs that pre-algebra, it's the beautiful one. Good and the beautiful.
The beautiful 7 and 8.
Yes, they have dedicated pre-algebra courses.
Right.
If you feel
And
like
videos.
and videos, yes.
And Math Mammoth was always a contender for this, but Math Mammoth has changed a little bit.
bit
So if you've
in
got
that
questions
7th,
about
8th.
what Math
Yeah.
Mammoth 7-8 looks like now, give us a call.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Pass in the bucket.
Pass
You didn't
in
put
the
the question
bucket.
back in here, did
No,
you?
it's okay.
Okay.
Don't put the question back in.
Yeah, so this is from at Beth Rowan. She says, what resources and programs work best for kids with ADHD?
Resources.
Resources.
And programs.
So ADHD is a big
We're getting a lot.
span of things, right? It can include a lot of the TISM stuff. It can include a lot of sensory stuff. You got the wiggle movement, but you've also got that kind of struggle to focus thing. So
Yeah.
sometimes something that's going to give you some movement.
So it's also knowing what their learning style
Right.
is
And what
like.
age are we working with?
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Do they need to talk something out? Do we need something very visual and pretty? Do we need hands-on?
Multisensory seems to work well with ADHD.
Multisensory. And
Well, you can
there's a lot of
adjust it
things.
then to like, oh, my kid does need something to
Right.
get
Yeah.
big wiggles out and
Yeah.
things like that.
We have some really neat tools for that. The
and the
wiggle
catalog,
seat, the
this is-
band.
That's
You know,
such
this
a wonderful
is a good
resource.
help for a lot of differentiated learning styles.
It says,
So-
does your child learn differently? And then it goes by the subject areas, language, spelling,
Math.
reading,
And just kind of give some good programs
And that's
to
found
consider.
in the back of our catalog, and it's also on our website
I thought
on our
it-
resource page.
Yeah, I thought I got up on that resources. But something with that is, every kid is different. And so there's not going to be a one size fits all kind of program for these unique learners, you know.
That's another one. Give us a call. We'll talk through your specific needs.
Your specific
Because there's all kinds of little things, fidgets,
we
things
do.
that can help
We have
you.
the doodads.
The wiggle
we have,
seats, the...
all of us
But
have
it's not
different
a-
fidgets that we use.
Right?
So.
That's true.
I'm a doodler.
Okay. All right, I have 2 questions. Is there anything that teaches how to add notebooking into your homeschooling for middle grades?
Okay.
Do we want to add how to do it with
Notebooking.
every subject, not just history or science?
So notebooking and taking notes, what's the difference, right? I would say notebooking has a structure to it. Taking notes can be, some kids will intuitively know how to take notes, right? Some kids are going to want to try and write everything, and that's not as purposeful unless you go back with a highlighter and kind of work on that. So something that teaches the format of notebooking. You know, the Apologia science notebooks do a good job of in that lab notebook format. What's some of the nature journals have good formatting. Really,
Even about myself notebooks
Yeah.
where you can incorporate, because they're asking not just history and science.
does Victus do kind of note taking?
General note-taking
General
skills,
note-taking
yes.
skills. We
I'm
have some
thinking
books on
of
note-taking.
Those daily skills. It's a newer publisher that we started working with that's a lot of the nature kind of things, but you can learn from that format and then create your own kind of formatting for, let's bring this into like, we're reading Pride and Prejudice. Let's bring the formatting that we've learned through these kind of nature journals and, I don't know, hop
What
on
are those?
Canva or something and create your own kind of format for a different subject.
There are a couple things. We've got those generic literature guides. There's one for picture books and one for older books. I'll get David those numbers. He can post those. That's a good, if your kid wants to read Captain Underpants or what is the Dog Man? Something,
Yeah, Dog
you know,
Man.
if they want to read something more cute than literature, you can still teach them how
gives
to
you
do
the
that.
framework.
That framework. But I was thinking, what are those books with the Julia Rothman science, the Farm Anatomy?
Yes.
Those were some cool
Ocean.
formatted.
Different things,
But then there were those spiral books. We'll link those too. This is a good peek behind the scenes of homeschool. You know
There's
that
also
thing.
Well, and then we did do an episode on journaling.
We did.
Yes,
So maybe
we
we can-
did.
And I believe, was it us three?
I
It
think
was
so.
us three.
I knew
brought
it
your
was a good
grandpa's
one.
book?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we want to do the second one? Is there
Yeah.
anything like story cubes for middle ages?
Like middle
Relay
school
games
ages or
to
like
add
medieval times?
Yeah, to
Middle
add an
ages?
off-the-cuff element to our days, or to
Yeah.
use as a fun day, out-of-the-box element for students and families.
We
Anything
carry
like story
blank
cubes.
dice.
We do
We
carry
carry
blank
blank dice. You could put stickers on each side. And I think they're like wipe off unless you use like a Sharpie.
Yeah.
We
And
have some ELA games too.
I just love
brought
those
some big kid games.
Rory story cubes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like they really are for all ages, those Rory story cubes. I don't think you have to cut off your time with
That's a
them.
good point, is just have a higher expectation.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ah, geez.
Back to you.
You know, sometimes you have an idea and it backfires. Okay. I got another Sarah. What are the odds? On my birthday, I
Sarah
got two
gets the
Sarahs.
Sarahs.
This is Sarah Zadalokin, 672. I love the video. The giveaway brought me here and I took notes. So I'm going to try some of the programs next year. Mega Words sounds perfect for us. That was this girl right
Love
here,
me
Miss
some mega
Rebecca.
words.
Which is a alternative presentation to learn spelling.
To learn how to spell. Yeah.
Okay.
Gives you the tools.
Can I ask for videos separated by grades where you guys just talk about your favorite curriculums or ones you use for your own kids? We're coming up on the big transition to middle school next year and are going to have to switch a lot of things up. There's a really good middle school episode with Gina,
Yes.
Ruth.
Middle school mayhem or something, I
Yeah.
think is what it's called.
David will put it down down below.
But we talk all things middle school
Yeah.
in that episode.
So what's your favorite? Some of your favorite?
Well, as far
do you
as
wanna
videos separated
Put it out there.
by grades, one combination I like is for language arts, I really like the structured grammar and writing with the flexibility of a literature guide.
Yes.
I think that gives the kids a nice combination of clear expectations and input and flexibility.
Yeah.
That would probably be one of my favorites. And that's really a lot of grades, maybe like 4th grade through high school. But as far as videos separated by grades and our favorites, I mean, it's our favorite for a reason.
Yeah.
Usually it's effective, it's pleasant, it's
what I used.
It's
that was
friendly,
mine.
what you use.
I used Abeka, but I also Abeka was used on me, and I liked that traditional style. I know that's not
So now
usually a
everything-
homeschool thing
yeah.
to be traditional, but I kind of like that traditional
Yeah.
structured style.
That's what you needed
Yeah.
to effectively
So-
homeschool, yeah.
And we sell Becca.
We do.
You can get that from us, not the videos, but the actual books.
Yeah. There's so many good things though. Once we came here, it's like, wow, there's so many
There's
options for families.
so many options. And it feels
of good
like
ones.
almost every other week my favorite kind of changes.
It does.
Because I get to dive
Yes.
into it
Yeah.
and I'm like
Ooh, this is a good
realizing, oh, this could be used for so many different instances. And
Yeah.
I really
and
like
things.
breaking the
Yeah.
barrier.
So it's like call us on any given day and our favorite might change.
Yeah. But it's your favorite because, you know, think about that. It's not our favorite because it's trendy and popular or because we're getting a kickback or something
Yeah,
crazy.
no, it's our favorite because there is a valid
Effective
purpose and
side to
effective
it.
side to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite.
Alrighty. Hey, I got a Sarah. For kindergarten, what would you recommend between the alphabet and mastering letters and learning to read 3-letter words? Is there anything?
There's so many things.
Yeah.
You just had what's the one that uses ASL?
Oh, the ABC, see here, do.
Yes.
Love that one.
Yeah, that
That's
one's fun.
excellent
You can
choice.
start as little as 2-year-olds, 2 and 3-year-olds with that one.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
providing so much of. We talk a lot about the Velcro, you know, connections, building
The
bridges,
multi-sensory,
yeah.
hand motions.
That's a
Kind of
really
stuff.
cool one.
Yeah.
Anything that kind of would speak to your child's learning styles. I feel like I'm going to be coming back to that a lot in this episode of just knowing what your child's learning styles are and do they need something that is
Yeah.
lots of hand motions to create that connections? Do they need something that's more exploratory and they're interacting and drawing and writing things to kind of master those letters? Do they need letter tiles or
Yeah.
things like that?
And it's,
Puzzles.
nothing's going to be independent. You know, they can work and play with some of these manipulatives on their own, but you're going to have to work with them on this. And while we know that, there's so many things online,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, that's one level of connection,
Right.
but also they want to learn with you and
Yes.
from you. Explode the Code, the ABC books do a really nice
Yeah.
job of teaching letters
Those
and
are good.
sounds.
Yeah.
The squishy games. The squishy
Yes.
fidget games.
You
So,
know,
yeah,
the squishy.
The
fidget.
squishies.
I didn't bring it in.
I think, like, aren't they from like the fidget game?
The fidget game is the
Yes.
brand.
And so all of those games are
kinda
working
plays
on
like
phonics
Candyland.
skills leading up to like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade vocabulary and things like that. So games make a wonderful resource to kind of bring along your
Jolly
phonics
Phonics
stuff.
has some
Yeah.
really cute things.
Little kids love to do simple things like singing the alphabet, getting magnets, you know, getting the puzzles and having them put
Yeah.
things down, and then even we have the puzzles where you put them together, 2-piece puzzles where you're making
Yes.
words.
Yeah.
Things.
And
I
even
know.
like the
So many
capital
things.
A and the lowercase a.
Yeah, and in our
things like that.
catalog we have just a whole phonics section too.
Yes.
And the
So-
supplement catalog. So this is this the curriculum?
This
It's
is the curriculum.
supplement. The supplement catalog has a lot of those neat little like
Hands-on games.
not
You
part
know,
of a program type
the-
stuff.
Right.
The author of the Happy Cheetah program, I think she definitely has it right when she says you got to keep it fun. You got to
Yeah.
keep the learning fun because they're going to shut down if that
15
element's
minutes or
not
less.
there.
It's the hook, the engagement, the interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be hours and hours, right?
No,
Right,
no.
Exactly.
Okay.
Quick is good.
Okay, Monica, what are some ways that have worked well for you when planning lessons for a new school year? Planners, calendars, spreadsheets, etc. Do you usually plan out every day for the whole year or take it week by week? I can say what I did. If I got too far ahead of myself, we got off track and that drove me nuts. So I tried to do like 2 weeks at a time.
that seems
And,
reasonable.
And so I had my own calendar, but then I also had, okay, so we've got some calendars here.
Yeah.
But I knew
Some
what lesson I
planners.
was on and things. But then for my kids, often I would use the big desk calendar for them. And it sat on where because I was a little more traditional, so they kind of had their spot. They had their little desk. And so it was on their desk, and I would write on it what to expect, because Rebecca does like have a lot of quizzes and things like that. And so they would gonna have quiz 6 in history over pages this and this. So they knew it was coming. I knew what was coming in my planner. And I did not plan out the whole year. I might kind of take a look at starting and ending. Where are we gonna fall? But when it came down to the actual planning, week or 2 at a time. Otherwise, you just kind of lose. Life happens sometimes.
You want to be ahead of the kids,
Yes,
Right.
I think that's very important.
but that doesn't take a ton of work.
No.
Right.
If you have a goal of where you want to be at the end of the week, how you get there can flex.
Yeah.
Some people will do month at a time.
How did you do it in the classroom yourself?
Well, I probably used something kind of like this. I actually, at the end of my teaching, I was transitioning from a paper to a digital.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
So definitely finding what works best for
Yeah.
you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody is different. I feel like in this.
A
So
planner
what
is
works?
it's like, nobody should buy you a planner as a gift. It's like a purse. You've got to pick it
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
I want the outside pocket for my phone.
Right.
I want a space for my glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so personal that you
Yeah.
really need to find something. Some people will do like the 1 square per day and do each child in a different color pen. You're a notebooky girl. You would do something like
Yes,
that. That'd be super
definitely.
fun. Or stickers or whatever is efficient. But it can be a tool for you to communicate with the kids. The kids can reference yours, or the child might have a planner, especially middle school, high school. You have a planner and you have a meeting on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Here's the expectation for the week.
That's when I would do it.
And
That's a good time
I
management
know,
exercise.
like, when I was in elementary school and middle school, we received a planner on the very first day, and we actually had every day. It was our filling out our planners, and then we had to take them home.
That's where it came
Parents
from.
had to initial it.
Parents had to initial
I was
it
that
and bring
teacher
it
too.
back, but it taught me really valuable skills of how to plan out. Which
Time management.
Now I'm really having to have to try to do
Yeah.
that in the season of life that I'm
Yes.
in. So I am only planning about 2 weeks out, but I've put like the big deadlines in there.
Right.
You've got
So
big
this paper has
projections.
to be due on
Some
this
things
day.
aren't
and-
flexible, some things
Yes.
are. And then another thing I did that helped us keep ourselves very organized was having a 3-ring binder. And inside of it was the dividers.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would also have like the insert spots. So I would have, say, Bible, math, and every page that they would need for that week was in there. So that way
that's
we're
very
not
nice.
pulling all these books out every day. I
They
just
know
knew.
exactly
Did
where
any
to
of your
go.
And I
kids
did that in the
just-
classroom too, and it just made it so much more efficient. Then
That's
you
tidy.
could just you just pull it out. Okay, today's quiz, whatever. Pulling it out, handing it out, and
Did
it's
you
all
do that
there.
like on a Sunday night kind of thing for the week, or how did you do that?
So usually, when I was teaching, a lot of times it happened on the weekend. When I was homeschooling, that would often happen maybe on a Friday while they were buttoning up some things, and I'm making sure we had
for the
things.
next.
Yeah.
Well, that allows for you to know as teacher facilitator, but then there is a known expectation for your student as well.
I recommend pencil and whiteout because if you don't get to something, you're like you can be hard on yourself and be
Yes.
like, oh,
Right.
failed.
Right.
And you don't want to be so limiting because either that particular thing was not that important in the first,
Right.
in the end, it didn't turn out to be
It
that
was your
valuable.
flexible.
Yeah.
It was a
item.
flex thing, or it's valuable enough that we want to give it the time it's due and we're going to bump it. But
Those
then you bump
friction
everything
pens
else.
are nice too. If you're a
Yeah,
pen,
those
a pen
erase.
girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Which way am I going here?
I think
this
it's Sarah.
way.
I will say one of the best subjects to start with that I did find in homeschooling was PE. 10 minutes of PE in the morning.
there
Get
you
their
go.
get their blood going.
Blood going and
Then go
wiggles
into
out.
math.
Yeah. Get the juices
get
flowing.
the wiggles out, get the blood flowing to the brain.
Okay, they've hit
hopefully.
their limit. Everybody stand up, wiggle time.
Oh, I love this one. At Nancy Lotzer, 6069. How can grandparents support their grandchildren's home learning?
I love that.
Every week we get questions from grandparents who are pitching in. Some are
helping.
doing all of it. Most of them are contributing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. One thing you can do to make it friendly for grandparents, though, is to give them something ready to go, like with your method, or maybe math is very clearly defined, or you're going to read a book. It's like give them a very clear task.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't say you're homeschooling today. Say I'd like you to do the reading with them. They
Yeah.
have a few questions to answer. Can you guys talk about it? And then you might say, you know, normally when we do something like this, we're going to read the questions together first, and then they're going to go read. But if you guys want to read aloud and have some nice time together,
Yeah.
Clear
and then let them do.
expectations.
I love
let them
watching
do the things on their own.
Deanne, our consultant Deanne
Yeah.
that works in marketing, because on Wednesdays, that's her grandma day.
Yes.
And she does intentionally teach and do experiments and things like that. Isn't that fun? What a
Yes.
great memory. It's educational. They're all in it together. What memories those kids are going to
Yeah.
have. That's so amazing. And sometimes a grandparent can be the person who financially will support. It's a lot for mom to stay home nowadays, and if you're able to. So sometimes a grandparent coming in and saying, hey, I would like to help support
Yeah.
homeschooling. I believe
really
in what
sweet.
you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's the greatest thing I feel like as grandparents, because I do have a little one, they want me just to open up a school and, you know, start grandma school.
Grandma schooling. Grandma schooling. You just invented a term.
But that influence of working with your grandkids and you have a different perspective
Don't you, though?
as a grandparent.
Yeah.
You sure do.
Of what's more important, that relationship and all that kind of, and those kind of things are just,
You're making education generational.
yeah.
you
And there's
know?
generally no hurry, get this done. It's like, oh, we're going to do this together. How neat.
Be supportive.
Yes.
You know, mom, if you're out there and mom and your mom and dad or his mom and dad aren't very supportive of you, it can be discouraging. It really can be. So let's be on team. You know, when our kids got married, it's like, I'm on team
Them.
Jack and Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm on team Drake and Michaela.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, I'm praying for you. I'm supporting you. You're not going to be just like me, but I'm on your team. And I have your
getting-
support.
You're getting
And
emotional.
So if you're a grandma or grandpa out there listening, be all in.
Yeah.
Help them to know that you're just supporting them
advice.
and that you love the kiddos and you're
even
just there to
if
support
you're not
and
familiar
love.
with homeschooling and
Yeah.
how it all happens,
But you as a grandparent have
Yeah.
a gifting for something. I've seen that so much here. Like Deanne, you were mentioning,
Yeah.
she was a nurse. She's very good and very natural with the science aspect. So that's
Yeah.
what she covers.
Love that.
Bob here, as the
Yeah.
grandpa of all these amazing
CPA accountant.
yes, is very good at math. And so like we hear all of the grandkids coming through saying, well, I have math lesson with grandpa today. And
Love
so
Neat.
like they're working with the skills that they already innately have. And so
And
like
you-
feed into that.
And you can FaceTime.
and
So
it's
if you
nice
live far
to be
away from each
appreciated,
other.
isn't it? As a
Yeah.
grandparent too, it's like, oh, you want me to share what I know? I
Yeah.
feel like that's a
Yeah.
valuable thing.
Yeah.
around.
Right, yeah.
Neat.
Do your best to try to include your parents. If
I
they're
love
willing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Brenda has a question here. We are using Singapore math and wondering what is the most popular math for beyond level 6. Is there one that many Singapore users tend to gravitate towards? Thank you for the time. For
Kind of a
asking
follow-up
these.
of the
Yeah.
other one from Math of Confidence.
Also,
But
good
Singapore-
opportunity. What is Singapore math? Please.
Sarah?
It is a methodology.
Preach.
It is not
Preach.
just a program. It is a methodology.
It's not a brand, y'all. I know
Yeah.
there's a publisher. However, the Singapore method is, if you had to button it up, to me, it's very visual. It's getting kids to
Yes.
see
Very sequential.
quantities in their head. You're going from abstract to concrete. Sorry, I flipped that. Concrete to abstract. And it's really valuable. It's great for kids who are
Yeah.
quick at math, but it can also teach somebody like me who generally needs a lot of repetition and
Yes.
practice, a lot of the options.
Yeah. And when you
do that.
understand that, when you understand that this is a methodology that is teaching them skills to be able to conquer math, then you can look at our math comparison chart and see, oh, well, this math program, you know, for middle school and high schoolers is also kind of speaking that Singapore language, like art of problem solving. I definitely can see
lot of
that, that
critical
art
thinking.
of problem solving is speaking that critical thinking
Yeah.
language that
Yeah.
Singapore does.
And then the Math and Focus.
Math and Focus
Math
has
and Focus.
two
Does
options.
go up to 8th grade,
Yeah,
so-
so you could do
You could
their
switch.
7th grade accelerated and then pop into algebra in 8th grade. Or you can do their 7th grade, 8th grade,
And then
the straight
algebra
7th,
ninth
straight
grade.
8th, and
Yeah.
algebra in 9th. So you've got two paths with Math and Focus if you really want to continue that. But there is no high school. There's no high school Singapore math. You're flipping over to traditional. The other thing about that is it would be tricky for someone who didn't do Singapore in the lower grades
Absolutely.
to pop into a middle school Singapore math. So let's say you've got something like math with confidence that came up, or Good and Beautiful, or whatever, Saxon even. It would be really tricky to pivot into that middle school
Not
Singapore
just
brand,
for the
Singapore
student,
style,
but
the
for
parent.
the parent as well, because now
Yeah.
you were teaching in a completely different math
If this
way.
is you, give us a call. We'll talk.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Sarah. Boy, is it normal?
Sarah Day.
Is it normal for
Quote,
a
unquote.
newly kindergarten student to not want to do work? My newly 5-year-old son.
Why do I feel like
son
this is a boy? Son.
does not want to do his schoolwork half of the time, but the other half he does great. What's too much with his age? Should the curriculum be timed, or just do what you can in order to get a rhythm?
Yes, and yes. You're
You
right
know,
on it, Mama.
In some states, kindergarten is not even required.
Yeah.
Not saying that you can't do anything. I'm just saying, because developmentally, some
Yeah.
kids, that's why a lot of kids repeat kindergarten.
And often little boys
In schools.
in the classroom in public schools, right? Because there's a wiggle factor. There's also some people will say all 5-year-olds have ADHD. No, they don't. They're just 5.
They're 5.
It's like
Yeah.
they got other things to do than sit there and
Yeah.
do things. So keep it short. Focus on the math and the phonics.
Yes.
Those are your two big heavy hitters.
That's a good
and
point.
if you can get some handwriting out of them, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But let's not freak out.
Yes.
Let's the time timer. Oh, David, can you hand me the time timer?
We're bringing David in
Oh, you're going to get to
from
see him.
back.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered what
scenes.
David looked like?
David's did a whole episode on nature
He
with me.
did,
Thank you. So I just
because
gave
we
this
use
away.
this.
So we set this at 45 minutes when it started because you can be blind and see it from across the room.
Yes.
But the red, so this was, I'm going to do the thing. We had this on 45, and in the last several minutes, it has gone down. The idea is the kids see the time go down, 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 down,
Yeah.
down, down, down. And guess what? If you tell them, we're going to do this many, and you know the gal from Happy Cheetah had a good rule. It's their age plus
Yes.
2 minutes. So a
Yeah.
5-year-old, we're going to do 5, 6, 7 minutes. We're going to set our time
Yeah.
timer for that. And it doesn't make any noise. It's not the tick, tick, tick of a kitchen timer.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a bomb's going to go off.
Yeah.
Love that. That's so
Yes.
cool.
And it used
Yeah.
to be, back in our day, that kindergarten was half a day.
It sure was.
Yeah.
They're
And
just giving them busy work in
I think
school
we had
now.
a nap time
Yes.
and little kitchen play time
Yeah.
in that half day. And
Right.
now it's just work, work, work.
Yes.
So
but
Let
let
'em
them
be kids.
play and
free
learn.
range children.
Let them be kids.
Yeah.
That
But
they
also-
learn, there's a lot
yeah.
they're learning by playing.
Oh,
So, do
They're
keep
working
that in
on
mind.
those
Yeah.
motor skills. They're
you want
working
to keep
on.
going? You want more? Hey, you asked, we're answering, right? At JHPG8JH. Also curious on your curriculum recommendation for kids with dyslexia. Great work, ladies. Oh, we appreciate that. Kids with dyslexia. So dyslexia, you can be a little bit dyslexic or you can be a lot dyslexic.
It's another one of those umbrella terms.
It is.
Yeah.
And because it's so unique, that's something we want to talk to you one-on-one about. How is it affecting? You know, some kids find workarounds. A lot of times the girls, I'm not bashing the boys, but a lot
Yeah.
of times the girls find the workarounds.
Yeah.
And it's harder to tell if a child is having some
Yes.
dyslexia going on.
Yeah.
Or you'll notice other behavior. They don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. And you're like, okay,
What does that really
what are they saying?
mean?
They're
Yeah.
saying it's hard for them, something's going on, because most kids really like learning. Learning is fun, learning is interesting, learning is something cool
Yeah.
that you're
So
doing.
That
So
one's definitely a case by case
That's a
kind of
range.
question. And so like
Love to talk to you
we
about it.
do love to talk about that. And so that's a great time to call in or live chat
Yeah.
with us
Yeah.
for
Do
that
it.
one. Yeah. Let's see. I'm digging to the bottom.
You're gonna find another Sarah. in
I
the
might.
bunch.
Nope, this is not a Sarah. We are beginning to homeschool our first high school child. That's a big transition. And have been looking at online learning resources for assistance, such as Homeschool Connections. What have been your experiences with these offerings?
Well, I don't know Homeschool Connections.
No.
But if it's like a K-12 type thing, you know, the deal is those offer one level of instruction. If it's at your child's pace, that's better than if they're having to maintain the pace of a group. Because you can go back and watch stuff again. I'm not anti-online, and I like that it gives the kids some ownership of their high school education. It's really good preparation for life skills managing a home,
Yes.
college, all those things.
Yeah.
But also, they want contact with you. So ask them about what they're doing.
It's not solo independent.
No,
learning.
help
There's
them
still
plan. They still need a little bit of that.
You're like the bumpers when
Yeah.
bowling. Yeah, you're
And
like
really
little
focusing on
bumpers.
time management with these kinds of things would be a good deal. You know, agree on we want to be at this place at the end of the week, like with the planning.
My brain naturally went to Gina's high school video.
It's so good.
Yes, because high school there's more at stake in high school.
Well, yeah, it's
And-
documented now.
Yes, and it's so much different than what you've been experiencing thus far. And so that high school video that Gina does a
a
really
good one.
nice job of encouraging,
Yeah.
but also kind of giving you the bullet points of where to turn to, what to go to,
And what
things
your
like that.
options are.
Right.
You know, you might end up doing something online for one subject. You might do a group, like a co-op class for one thing. You might do something in books. You might do something like as an extracurricular type of elective type course. You know, it's such a wide range, and it's not so much in your hands as it is in theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have the transcript
The
Love the
transcript.
transcript.
Yes.
Yes,
that you can just type right in your stuff and print it
Yes.
out, which is nice.
looks very official.
All right, Rebecca. My child is going into 5th grade, but his math should technically be 3rd or 4th grade. But it makes him so sad. How do I figure out what program fits him best? We've tried 3 different ones: Master Books, CLE, and Math with Confidence.
Okay, I'm getting a ding, ding, ding red flag.
Okay.
He's 5th grade and you've tried 3 different things. There's an element of, I don't want to say pick something and stick to it, but I want to say pick something and stick to it, because you got to give something 2 to 3 years to let it do what it's designed to do.
Right.
And I'd rather see somebody stick with something that's not perfect and tweak it
Yeah.
than pop, pop, pop.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Bounce, 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 because it's going to catch up, and you're seeing the results. Is that
Yeah.
the kids get discouraged?
Yeah.
5th grade, you get into the fraction, decimals, percents, which leads
Which
into
is
the
always
pre-algebra, which
tricky.
is always tricky.
Yeah.
I know. That's tough.
I always like to point out that these elementary programs, they have an intended goal, is to get your math student to that basic knowledge for algebra.
Foundational.
But they are all not going to take that same
Taking
path.
different paths up the hill.
Yes. And so when you're
Yeah.
bouncing from different methodologies, you are missing some stuff, you are accelerating some stuff. And so it's just kind of keeping that in mind. So yes, maybe we do need to find a resting place.
And this one's it looks like the programs that she has used are more of your traditional spiral.
Say those again.
Master Books, CLE, and Math with Confidence.
Yeah.
So
And maybe
Master Books is very story driven.
like
You
Bright
might need
Start
more
Math
practice.
has more like games and things where you're seeing it differently. Math you see, but there again, you don't want to jump in and out of some of those programs. You kind of want to stick with it. So
Well, you're
that's
losing
tough.
something if you
Yeah.
pop in and out. I mean,
Right.
if you're going to do it, just know that there's a trade-off.
Right.
You know, and we get kids that say, parents that say they didn't like this one.
Yeah.
Okay, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Does
what
that
about
mean
it?
was hard? Does that mean it wasn't fun? Ugh. Doesn't have to be fun.
like
We want
my
it to be
vegetables?
effective and engaging. I mean, it's good for
Yeah.
you, right? There's an
Right.
element of
Yeah.
learning to
Yeah.
master a task that is hard.
And with something like this, I tend to then ask which program benefited your student the most.
And what features?
And what features of
Resonated,
that program.
yeah.
Yes, just to kind of dig and get a little bit more detail of what was working for your student in the best curriculum that you chose.
And are you using the curriculum in the way it was intended?
Or you
too.
cherry picking.
Yeah,
You know, there
sometimes.
is something too, like there's the CTC that's adaptive. So if you pop in at 5th grade, it's going to evaluate with a placement test where to come in.
Yeah.
It's going to move forward, but it's going to pause and fix
Yeah.
things as needed
Yeah.
and then come back and go forward. So
Yeah.
that's a
Right.
good
I
option
like
too.
that.
I like that one because it allows forward momentum and progression in the areas that they are capable in.
Yeah.
And then that we're going to sit here for a little bit in those areas that they're not so strong.
Because you're not just getting 5th grade when you go into CTC Math. You're getting a subscription, and you're able to go into all the grades.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. If you got a kid that is older but needs some backup,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's not like they're looking at a child book. or something.
Right? You don't want to
So-
discourage them, make them feel like they got to go.
Yeah.
So I edited here a second. This question here at CW22241. I have autistic twin daughters, curious what curriculum would work best. This is definitely a phone call.
Give us a call.
Give us a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one at Chelsea Alice Fit. It's a lot of vowels in a row. What books would you recommend for homeschool parents and teachers? We have a nice selection. Here's a few.
Yeah.
This is the 4-Hour School Day. This is Wild
Which
and
is
Free.
a really popular one.
Is that Waldorfy?
Yes.
It's
Nature School-y,
Nature
Charlotte
School.
Mason-y.
Yep, super cool. Brave Learner Julie Bogart. She's the Brave Writer lady. Homeschool with Ease. Want to homeschool but don't know where to start. Oh, that's a hello.
Yeah.
Here's a really sweet one. Mere Motherhood. That is says we're not those. Oh, that's very encouraging.
Yeah.
Written with
And
grace and humility.
These are all
Very
found
encouraging.
on, like, we have a landing page
hear this
for
one
these
all the time.
ones.
Teaching from Rest. Parents
Yes.
love
Oh
this.
my
It's
gosh.
small.
Yes.
Good one to share. And if you are exploring methods, here's a little
Great
Charlotte
Charlotte
guide.
Mason one.
Really nice, helpful.
Yeah.
We have a lot. There's more too.
This one is a question. This one is a question. You know, how long are the coffee and curriculum seasons here at Rainbow?
Well, the first
Well,
one
it
was kind of our
depends.
experiment, right?
It was season 1 was an experiment
We were
for
finding
us.
our way. We did a lot of show and tells. Season 2 has been a lot more discussion.
Yeah.
A lot more interaction and kind of expanding on a lot of themes.
Yeah.
But you know what? I could use a break.
Yeah.
We got other things to work on.
And one of those things that we're working on is the Christmas catalog.
Christmas catalog is getting
in the works
Yeah,
right now.
and that's a process. That's a super fun one. If you want to
Yeah.
sign up, David can put a link if you want to sign up to get our Christmas catalog. But also, we'll still be doing the phone calls, the online chats,
Yep,
the
we're still
YouTube
available.
videos,
Yes.
the social media. You know, if there's something you would really like us to explore, we're happy to.
Absolutely. So all of that
Yeah.
to say,
Give us some direction. Yeah.
Season 2 is coming to a wrap, ladies. And we are looking forward to season 3, but we would love your guys' input, feedback. What would you guys really like to hear and see and just know more about in season 3?
What brings you to the channel? Do
Yeah.
you like to see the comparisons? Do you want to hear more questions and have some answers to everyday stuff that we're doing?
And this
What do you-
season we had a lot more guest stars
Yeah,
this
we
season,
did.
and so it's been we're still experimenting with
Yeah.
our coffee and
So we're
curriculum.
open.
And
Yeah, we're open and receptive, and most of all, we're available to you.
yeah. The consultants aren't going anywhere.
Right.
But
Yeah.
season 2 has come to a wrap. But we look forward to answering questions as you call us, chat in with us, send us emails.
Stay tuned for season 3.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering where the other 3 gals are, they're answering your phone calls. 'Cause
Right
somebody's
now,
gotta
yeah,
get the
someone's
phone.
got to.
You should probably get out there too. So thank
We'll
you
see
so
you
much.
in season 3.
Season 3 awaits.